कि आप वो सच्चिदानंद स्वरूप हो, आप वो कॉन्शियसनेस हो, आप वो इटर्नल ट्रूथ हो जो कभी who was never born and who will never die. संस्कृत माँ है और एक दिन ऐसा आएगा अगर तुम इतना मेहनत करोगी और डेडिकेट करोगी, स्वाध्याय करोगी, तो वो खुद अपने आप को रिवील करेंगे तुमको. And that ultimate goal is to realize the self. Who are you? Are you this body? Are you this mind? Are you this intellect?
सो आई थिंक आज बाकी सब गेस्ट को वेलकम करने की जगह मैं अपने आप को यहाँ वेलकम करूँगा. जितने भी मेरी हार्डवर्क जो विशेज़ गई है भगवान को, आई नेवर न्यू दे कुड गेट मी टू अ रॉयल फैमिली. एंड बहुत बहुत वेलकम है द क्वीन मदर और द राजमाता ऑफ जैसलमेर itself.
Thank you, Yagya. It's a pleasure to be interviewed by you.
शुरुआत करते हैं चाइल्डहुड से. आई थिंक मैं जब बहुत छोटा था मेरे पेरेंट्स ने तो मुझे बहुत फ्रीडम दी हुई थी. मैं ग्रेड 3 में अकेला साइकिलिंग जाता था 30 किलोमीटर्स. ग्रेड 7 में मैं अकेला 100 किलोमीटर्स जाता था. एंड आई थिंक वही फ्रीडम से मैं स्ट्रीट स्मार्ट और आज जो कॉन्फिडेंस है जो बन पाया वो हूँ. लेकिन आई वुड लव टू हियर आपका चाइल्डहुड कैसा था.
Okay, so my name is Raseshwari Rajalakshmi. I'm from Nepal.
वाओ.
और मेरा जन्म लखनऊ में हुआ था और हमारे फैमिली में ट्रेडिशन था कि हम सब बोर्डिंग भेजे जाते थे बहुत कम उम्र में. तो मैं 6 साल की थी जब मुझे रामनी पार्क सेंट मेरीज कॉन्वेंट नैनीताल बोर्डिंग स्कूल भेजा गया. इट वाज रन बाय जर्मन नन्स और बहुत ही स्ट्रिक्ट स्कूल था. मेरा पूरा बचपन वहीं गुजरा फ्रॉम 6 years to 16 years इन अ बोर्डिंग स्कूल. जो मुझे वहाँ पे सीखने को मिला, जो वैल्यू सिस्टम्स, डीप स्पिरिचुअलिटी, बिकॉज आई हैड अ वेरी स्पिरिचुअल फैमिली बैक होम ऑल्सो. हम लोगों का बचपन अयोध्या, बनारस, प्रयागराज, हम हमेशा छुट्टियों में आते थे तो कहीं ना कहीं तीर्थ में ले जाते थे मेरे माँ बाप. तो इस तरह से संस्कार बस गया और वो स्पिरिचुअलिटी का वो प्रेइंग हैबिट, वो हैविंग ग्रैटिट्यूड, ये सब जो स्मॉल स्मॉल मॉरल्स जो ये जर्मन नन ने सिखाया मुझे, वो लाइफ लॉन्ग मेरे साथ रहा. और उस समय जब मैं 70s में आई वॉज इन बोर्डिंग, द नन्स ऑल्सो, इनके जीवन में भी बहुत ही अलग किस्म की घटनाएं हुई थी. ये सब नाजीज़ के नीचे इनको ऑपरेशन फेस किया था इन लोगों ने. तो दे हैड अ वेरी सिंपथेटिक एंड अ वेरी वेरी सॉफ्ट अप्रोच इन हाउ दे रेज्ड ऑल ऑफ अस गर्ल्स. And their gentleness, and till today I count them my gurus. I sometimes visit Nainital, I go with flowers to their graves. They left a lasting impression in my life and I am eternally grateful to them.
आई थिंक बचपन में जब नर्चरिंग की एज में जब कोई सही हमें पकड़ लेता है तो लाइफ लॉन्ग गुरु बन जाते हैं.
Exactly.
तो आपने बात किया कि आप वेकेशंस पे घूमने नहीं लेकिन तीर्थ यात्रा में जाते थे. तो आज के टाइम में जहाँ इतना फास्ट मॉडर्नाइजेशन हो रहा है, आपका क्या कहना है कि हाउ डज being connected with spirituality and how does being connected with our culture and religion helps us in our day-to-day life or our careers?
क्या होता है कि जब एक फैमिली में पेरेंट्स ही बच्चों को इस किस्म की के संस्कार दें, तो एक आत्मबल, एक आत्मविश्वास, एक अलग, जैसे आपने बोला कि आपको बाहर की दुनिया में जाके आप इंडिपेंडेंटली एक्सपोजर मिला आपको, वहाँ से आपने कितनी चीज़ें सीखी. मैंने मेरे पेरेंट्स को ऑब्ज़र्व करके और वो किस किस्म के संत महात्माओं के साथ मिलते थे. बनारस में करपात्री जी महाराज थे, शायद नाम भी याद नहीं, मैं बहुत छोटी थी. और बनारस में सब गंगा स्नान और अपने काशी विश्वनाथ. तो अननोइंगली मुझ में वो भगवान की तरफ एक आकर्षण जैसा हो गया और प्रश्न बहुत पूछती थी मैं. फिर मुझे अमर चित्र कथा पकड़ा दिए गए, तो सारे पुराणों की कहानियाँ इतने अच्छे से उनमें लिखी होती थी. तो आई वॉज अ एविड रीडर फ्रॉम व्हेन आई वॉज वेरी वेरी यंग. From comics to all the Nancy Drews to Agatha Christie's to Sidney Sheldon's to, I went through the entire lot as I kept growing. I read a lot of fiction and now I feel okay, it was part of my growth and necessary for making me who I am. But slowly the interest became more towards historical fiction And then I started reading books on Julius Caesar and Genghis Khan and
हिस्ट्री तो बहुत एक्साइटिंग
Alexander.
होती है.
Yes. And then it suddenly something happened around, let's say, 8, 9 years back. And yes, I met my guru when I was 17, 18, Swami Chinmayanand ji. He's the head of Chinmaya Mission and he founded the Chinmaya Mission from Ernakulam. Amazing person. What a dynamic personality. And I started reading his books. And he wanted all of us to understand spirituality from the angle of a student. So he devised a very structural study of the scriptures. So it was easy to start from Prakaran Granthas to understand Tattva Bodh, what are the material world, then Atma Bodh, what is it that makes up our inner world. So the vocabulary which is required to read a Gita, understand a Gita, or let's say Vivek Chudamani, or even heavier texts like Brahma Sutras or even the Vedas, you need to have some basic knowledge. And because I thought in English, I spoke to my parents in English at home, it was a very English sort of a environment. So it became, so I found my own roots and my own shastras, my own dharma through the path of with the English language. And that was very, very amazing because here you open up, you awaken to your own knowledge of your own culture, your country of your birth, through texts written by Westerners, like most of the books. And also, of course, Swamiji, because he was South Indian, so he could not speak Hindi properly, so it was more through English.
I think it would be like a gem to, have and know a lot of English during your era.
It was. I loved words. I loved dictionaries and thesaurus. I used to spend a lot of time in trying to use alternative words instead of the regular English words. English was my favorite subject, and literature was, I loved English poetry, everything. So it was because of my this wanting to be a student all my life and to learn a lot, and I was such a literature fan that slowly the Western literature brought me to the doorstep and exposed me to my own literature. That today I want to read a Kalidas or a Mrigakatikao, I don't know, I can't pronounce it, or some other of these valuable, texts written by the great saints from our culture. I'm so curious, but I'm slowly getting there because I can't understand Sanskrit properly. I'm studying Sanskrit now, and I have very good gurus and teachers through who I am studying Gita. I'm studying shloka chanting, Gita chanting. So it's making there's a lot of clarity in in the way I use words, the way I think. It's actually cleaning me up from inside, and it's refining my knowledge. It's beautiful.
ऑरा क्रिएट हो जाती है अपने अंदर और आजू बाजू में.
मेरी टीचर कहती थी, मैं जब उनके पास गई और कहा कि संस्कृत बहुत डिफ़िकल्ट है, मैं तो गीता चांट भी नहीं कर पा रही हूँ अच्छे से, तो उन्होंने कहा संस्कृत माँ है, वो मदर है, और एक दिन ऐसा आएगा अगर तुम इतना मेहनत करोगी और डेडिकेट करोगी, स्वाध्याय करोगी, तो वो खुद अपने आप को रिवील करेंगे तुमको और मेहनत, तुमको और कुछ नहीं, वो जब चाहेगी तो कंठस्थ हो जाएगा.
आई थिंक संस्कृत इज ऑल्सो द ओल्डेस्ट लैंग्वेज.
यस.
एंड मेरे भी एक बकेट लिस्ट में कहीं ना कहीं तो है संस्कृत का. मैं कहता हूँ, आई थिंक जब कोविड का टाइम था एंड मैं भी एक बहुत लर्नर था, तो मेरे को ऐसा था कि लोग बोलते कि गीता में पूरी लाइफ के आंसर्स है.
बिल्कुल.
अब मेरी हिंदी भी उतनी वीक और संस्कृत तो एकदम ही खराब. तो मैं यूट्यूब पे देख रहा था गीता के श्लोक और फिर उसका 10-10 मिनट का हिंदी इंग्लिश में एक्सप्लेनेशन. वहाँ से मेरा आया इंटरेस्ट और संस्कृत की तरफ. और एक और कॉमन चीज़ जो मैंने अभी नोटिस की, मेरे जितने कुछ पास्ट मेंटर्स रहे हैं जो लिटरेचर में थे, सबका डायरेक्टली या इनडायरेक्टली एक लाइन तो निकल जाता है, वी आर स्टूडेंट ऑफ लाइफ. हम लाइफ लॉन्ग एक लर्निंग करते रहते हैं.
एग्जैक्टली.
सो एक अगर आप राजपूत और जैसलमेर के फाउंडेशन की हिस्ट्री के बारे में बता सकते हैं.
तो लाइक आई टोल्ड यू, मैं नेपाल की थी और मेरा कल्चर बहुत ही डिफरेंट था. फिर हम क्षत्रियों में अरेंज मैरिजेस होते थे, जैसे पुराने ज़माने में राजाओं की अलग अलग अलायंसेस होते थे नेबरिंग किंगडम्स के साथ. कुछ गिव एंड टेक होता था, कुछ प्रॉपर्टी दे टू मैनेज देयर बॉर्डर्स, ऑल दैट. सिमिलरली वो ट्रेडिशन अभी तक है क्षत्रियों में, हम लोग आपस में जैसे कम्युनिटीज़ में विवाह।
नेपाल में भी रॉयल फैमिली में थे?
Yes, I was from the Rana family. We trace our lineage to the Maharanas of Udaipur. That's
Okay.
why we are Ranas. And we were from the Prime Minister family in Nepal. The kings
Oh,
were Shahs and we were the Prime Ministers. So मेरे अरेंज मैरिज हो गया और मैं आ गई यहाँ पे. My husband, obviously, we were very young. I was 20, he was 24. और उसके बाद अब वही है, अब एक वो तो राजा थे because I didn't have a father-in-law then. And I came to this dry place with all stone fort and stone palaces, and Nepal was all about carved wood. So I just had to replace the carved wood with the carved stones, and I would feel at home. Yes, there were a lot of restrictions on women here, like in our culture, society. Like obviously, I had to wear sari, cover my head, not go out too much in public unless there was an event or something. But luckily, both of us, we were very far-sighted about many things. Like we both knew कि हमको जैसलमेर जो हमारा किला उस समय अर्थक्वेक आया हुआ था मेरी शादी से पहले अपेरेंटली, तो जो रानी महल था वो पूरा गिर गया था. और अब हमको ये जिम्मेवारी थी, हम दोनों अपने यंग कपल, कि कैसे हम अपनी धरोहर को वापस उस लेगेसी तक लाना है, उस ग्रैंडियर तक लाना है. तो उस समय देन वी गॉट जोधपुर जाने से बहुत मदद लिया हमने. उन्होंने हमको बहुत गाइड किया एज ही वुड गाइड हिज ओन चिल्ड्रन. And we met somebody called Martin Singh. He was with INTAC. INTAC is an organization which helps people in conservation initiatives. And they came on board and they helped us raise funds through some organizations in London and World Monument Fund in New York. And we understood how it was quite easy to raise funds. We just had to have a cultural program and have, talk about our property, its history, its rich legacy, the impact it has, the fort, and its impact in our culture, on the state of Rajasthan, Bharat. And of course, we got a lot of people who were interested, and we managed to raise enough and re-erect the Rani Mahal. And slowly, we started taking it on for our other projects like the King's Palace, which is built in portions. One portion again had collapsed; it was totally rubble. We erected that. It's called Harraji Ka Mahal. वहाँ पे we did such a fantastic job that we got a UNESCO award for restoration of that project. And obviously our confidence grew. We were a young couple. It started getting people together, and then we understood the importance of how important it was for us to upkeep the social responsibility as a young Maharaja. And we are living in a democracy, we are living in a लोकतंत्र, ये मेरी समझ में है. लेकिन एक इतने लाखों, कितने हजारों वर्षों के जो हमारी पीढ़ियों ने क्षेत्र में ना ही राज्य किया, लेकिन यहाँ के लोगों के साथ रहे, हम एक ही लोग हैं. इतनी संघर्ष किया, इतने जब इन्वेडर्स आए, हमको इतना भागना पड़ा, फोर्ट अबैंडन करना पड़ा. 9 कैपिटल्स बनाए भाटियों ने, from all the way from Mathura, Kashi, all the way to Ghazni. Then they went to Derawar, then Rawalpindi area, and then they came here. They had Ludarwa, Tanot. All these are old kingdoms of the Bhati Rajputs. So imagine the people and the king. All of us lived together as a family, and we were in happiness together, and even during our bad times we were together. So how can a democracy take that connection away? And this is what we believe to be our real wealth. And we knew that we have to continue this association, and we still have a very important role to play in today's world.
And I think that is the best part. जो एक bond या connection repo बन जाता है प्रजा का and royal family में.
Exactly.
And that is, I think when we talk about the word loyalty, I think that is carried from our culture and our roots. जो एक मिनिस्टर होते हैं राजा में, या जो सभा होती है, जो प्रजा होती है उनका the royal family के साथ, and the fact that this gets carried over centuries, it's just phenomenal.
I sometimes wonder what happened to the engineers we are producing, because these people knew exactly the contours of the land, the geography, the way the rivers flowed during the monsoon. So we believe that Jaisalmer was not always like this. We have fossils. We have a fossil park here which predates Jaisalmer's existence. to lakhs of years, where even the fossils found are those which we would find in a coastal area. And even mountains, yes, we've even got like evergreen trees kind of fossils, they're still there, you can see. And even coastal area, like fossils of fish and shellfish and all this we have found here. So it's really crazy, like what it must have been, how old our country is. And Saraswati flowed through here, river Saraswati Mata. And we still have a kund here, Saraswati Kund. And obviously, over time, after she dried up and changed course or became other rivers, eventually what happened was there's a tributary called River Kak. River Kak still flows through Jaisalmer, and it is obviously a monsoonal river. It's not throughout the year. So these people knew how the water channels are produced during the monsoons, where they collect, and how they can retain it throughout the winter and the summer till the next monsoon. That was at the larger level. If you go around the area, the terrain. So the villagers would make these retainment walls around these little areas, and they'd use their water very, very wisely. There'd be a separate place for the animals to drink, and they lived with very little water, and they achieved everything with it. They didn't need the luxury of having a lot. Okay, one was that. And then we have runs and khadins. You don't need tube wells, anything to water the plants in those khadins. They fill up with water, they dry up sure enough after winter, and then a crop is grown on them, and they get amazing harvest. Then third was, and in another thing, in the lakes which formed, they used to make wells inside the lake. So once the lakes dried up, then the wells were there. So there's such a three-tiered system of saving that water. Now the fort. The fort was very interesting. When I was renovating the King's Museum and all, I understood a very, very unique feature of the fort, जो था कि फोर्ट को एकदम दक्षिण की तरफ स्लोप देके बनाया गया है. जो ये एक त्रिकुटा माउंटेन पे बना है ये फोर्ट. इट्स अ ट्रायंगुलर फोर्ट. लेकिन इन्होंने स्लोप ऐसे दिया है कि दक्षिण की तरफ दिया है स्लोप. तो उस और दक्षिण की तरफ गडीसर लेक बनाया उन लोगों ने. इट्स आर्टिफिशियल लेक. सो ऑल द रूफ वाटर फ्रॉम यस exactly automatically because from the height, and even the surface, the terrace of, let's say, the Annapurna Bhandar, it had canals on the edges. The overflow from the roof would go into these little channels. It would go into another palace. From another palace also again it would join. Not only the river, but they had a big storage tank inside, so they'd store it there. So all the roof water was going into that storage tank, which is right behind Lakshmi Nath Mandir. So these people were engineers. They knew exactly how to survive in these harsh conditions or make the maximum use, and also keep off invaders, maintain the culture.
And not to forget that as well. Yeah, I think it is phenomenal how the ancient people were in terms of architect, in terms of water harvesting. And I remember this that, when I was in grade 5, we were taking to Harappa and the ruins of Harappa in that run of Kutch. And वहाँ पे to see how they created different channels for store the water, clean the water, and everything had a science behind it. It was connected with the nature, or and moreover, directly or indirectly, it was connected with the whole universe itself.
Exactly.
I think the first time when I heard the word Rajmata was my childhood movie Bahubali, the Shivgami
Yes.
Devi.
Okay.
And I think कि तब पहली बार मुझे मालूम पड़ा एक राजमाता का पावर क्या होता है, पोजीशन क्या होती है, रिस्पेक्ट क्या होता है, and of course you're a Rajmata right now. So okay, keeping this aside, right, a little past we go into, and how was it to be a queen and a mother at the same time?
Of course, we were living in modern times, and I was from a normal family, common family, so it wasn't that difficult. I knew one thing as a mother. What I had to do for my boys was not raise them to feel entitled, which was very easily for them to feel once they were, with everyone coming and doing hajri to them and hukum, and all that. So yes, they could get spoiled.
Right.
And I knew I had, this was a huge responsibility. So I decided, both of us, my husband and me, we raised our children in Delhi. We put them in a public school called Sanskriti, and they had a very, very normal upbringing. And we both had been to boardings, so he was not very keen on, neither was I, to send our kids away. So we kept them with us, and while they were in school, then we'd come here and attend to our responsibilities. As the main role we had was, of course, mostly festivals, and people would come to us with their issues, or ये काम करवा दीजिए या ऊपर तक पहुंचा दीजिए हमारी बात, or talk to the government level if they were facing some problems in their villages or somewhere. So that also role we played. And another thing, another which I feel was one of the most important roles, was that we were ambassadors of our cities, our towns. And most of these people from abroad, Europeans, Americans, whoever visited our country and came here as a tourist or even as a diplomat from Delhi, or हमारे embassies के crowd, ये सब जब यहाँ आते थे तो हमसे मिलने की इच्छा प्रकट करते थे, क्योंकि unknowingly, knowingly, we were like the first family here. We were the upholders of the identity of this city, and we became that in a way. So they would want to come and have lunch with us, or come and talk to us, understand more about the city. So we ended up becoming ambassadors of our town. That's what I call it. And we could even share some challenges we were facing. तो मदद भी आ जाती थी, या हम सही तरीके से उनको हिस्ट्री बता पाते थे. टूरिस्ट की तरह ऐसे आधे अधूरे ज्ञान उनको मिलता था. ऐसे कर करके ना, तो हमारा रोल एक बहुत ही इंटरनेशनल लेवल तक पहुंचा, जहां हमको इनवाइट किया गया अब्रॉड टू अटेंड मेनी फेस्टिवल्स.
सो मेरा लास्ट क्वेश्चन आपको ये है, व्हाट आर योर प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ योर लाइफ दैट यू लिव बाय, एंड व्हाट वुड यू लाइक टू गाइड द यूथ? जैसे आपने बोला आगे वाला जनरेशन तो हम यूथ का ही है, बट मेरा ये समझना है कि हमारी एनर्जी और आपका विजडम, तो आपके क्या प्रिंसिपल्स है, एक्सक्यूज मी, और आप क्या गाइड करना चाहेंगे यूथ को?
I'm a student of Vedant, okay? So I'm going to give guidance based on that. First of all, for myself, मैं ये बताऊंगी कि जब फैमिली का जो environment घर का थोड़ा, उसमें संतों महात्मा का आना, लोगों को खिलाना, सेवाएं देना, इस किस्म का माहौल हो, तो ऑटोमेटिकली एक बच्चे में सेवा भाव आ जाता है. तो वो मुझ में छोटे बचपन से ही था. और एक, क्योंकि जर्मन नन्स ने मुझे पढ़ाया, उनका बहुत बड़ा इन्फ्लुएंस रहा है मुझ पे, तो आप सोच सकते हैं वेस्टर्न कल्चर का भी इन्फ्लुएंस था. तो उसमें ये जो एटिकेट, मैनर्स, वैल्यूज़, ट्रूथ, स्पीकिंग द ट्रूथ वाज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. So even if we did something really naughty or bad, we had that courage to go and own up. ये बहुत ही एक था, हम सब में था, हमारे स्टूडेंट्स जितने भी थे हम वहाँ पे. ये वाली जो ट्रेट है ट्रूथ बोलने की, ये कभी कभी कठिनाई भी दे सकती है. ये मुझे बहुत बाद में पता चला, जब वो फिल्टर्स गायब हो गए मेरे, और मैंने ऐसी ऐसी चीज़ें बोलनी शुरू कर दी कि पीपल वुड गेट अनकम्फर्टेबल, और कुछ सीक्रेट्स बाहर आ जाते थे, और इस किस्म की चीज़ें होती थी. तो अब मुझे थोड़ा सा डिप्लोमेटिक होना, थोड़ा थोड़ा इस उम्र में जाके थोड़ा सीख रही हूँ. लेकिन कोई एडवाइस के लिए आता था तो मैं समस्या बता देती थी सामने जो दिख रहा था मुझे. तो एक सच्चाई तो बहुत आवश्यक है, लेकिन वो सच्चाई को भी बोलने के लिए थोड़ा सा, it should work like a balm, and my sometimes used to be very, like an arrow. So now I'm working on that part. Then of course discipline in the day, waking up early, saying a little prayer to God, or doing all that Karagre Vasate Lakshmi and all those prayers. And then doing a little jap every day, doing Swadhyay, which is study the scriptures a little bit, whatever. Like either you watch a YouTube or you study something from your books. And then of course attending to the family issues, ghar chalana hai, after all I'm a homemaker also. And then my son is in college, younger one still. And of course I don't have my husband now, so my son is the young Maharaja, so to guide him also is very important. So that role also is there. So my discipline is that just lead a normal life as a homemaker. It's the best. You don't need to go out there and be a working woman, or pretend that, or you have to do something, and only if you're working outside that you have value. No, I believe the homemakers are the best people in the world. Because of them, the whole family can go out and work and study. They are the real economists and the main, people in their homes. So yes, I have I cater to all these other needs, and of course my role, like I said, public image. I'm invited at functions to speak. I'm invited to attend weddings, religious festivals, everything. I do that. And so discipline is about basically wake up in the morning, do a little bit of swadhyay, and then of course be available for others. And that's one thing. And what I learned in Vedant, what I'd like to give advice to the youth is, see, it's very easy for us to say, my goal in life is, let's say, a class 12 boy like you would say, my goal in life is to become a graduate in science, medicine. And of course, after 4 years or whenever you become a graduate and you become a graduate, then what? What happened to that goal which you had just made for yourself? And then you want to have another goal, which is like, let's say, I want to now maybe own your own hospital or something like that. So the goals are of three types. One is a short term goal, which you could say maximum 5 years. Then there is this, my Swamini ji taught me this. Then there's a long term goal, which could be 10 to 20 years, which of course you work towards. But every person has an ultimate goal. And that ultimate goal is to realize the self. Who are you? Are you this body? Are you this mind? Are you this intellect? Are you the doer in this world? Are you the enjoyer in this world? क्या आप करता हो? क्या आप भोगता हो? क्या आप ये शरीर, स्थूल शरीर हो? क्या आप ये सूक्ष्म मन हो? सूक्ष्म बुद्धि हो? ये सब तो 5 एलिमेंट से बने हुए हैं, पंच महाभूत से बने हुए हैं, नश्वर हैं. ये सब कुछ सच है ही नहीं. ये वेदांत का बहुत अल्टीमेट ट्रूथ है. वो आपके लिए वो थोड़ा हैवी होगा, लेकिन आपका अल्टीमेट गोल क्या है? एक जीव का, आप एक जीव हो इस दुनिया में, तो उस जीव का अल्टीमेट गोल है रियलाइजिंग द सेल्फ, कि आप वो सच्चिदानंद स्वरूप हो, आप वो कॉन्शियसनेस हो, आप वो इटर्नल ट्रूथ हो, जो कभी, who was never born and who will never die. It's very deep. You have to really get into the Upanishads for this. So these goals have to be there. So as a youngster, I will advise you, yes, of course, you have your duties, as with the family you're born into, the society you're born into, the culture you're born into. All those responsibilities are there. Then to your own self, of course. But always remember that these goals are not your only goals. There is that ultimate goal for which you have to strive for.
थैंक यू सो मच फॉर योर टाइम एंड बहुत फैसिनेटिंग था जानना जो हमारे जैसलमेर की हिस्ट्री रही है. मेरा भी होम टाउन जैसलमेर है एंड जिस तरीके से उनने वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग किया, या आपने आपके गुरु से क्या आपके प्रिंसिपल्स थे, कैसे आपने एज अ क्वीन एज अ मदर मैनेज किया, क्या वैल्यूज़ आपने आपके सन को दिए. जस्ट ऑसम. आई डोंट हैव वर्ड्स फॉर दिस एंड हैप्पीनेस ऑफ सिटिंग across the table with you.
Thank you so much, Agya. I love encouraging youngsters like you. I feel very proud of children like you who are going out into the world, trying to make a difference. बहुत ही अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं आप, and God bless you. Stay blessed, and may God continue guiding you in future, and may you attain tall, big heights of success.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you.